Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Spin Rack. It is Mars here. I got to say thank you once again. Thank you for coming out and supporting us on our various platforms. Continue to do so. If you have any questions, comment, please. We want to hear whatever you got to say. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about what? The latest issue of Previews. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Previews. Dun, dun, dun. So, for those of you who don't know what previews are, previews is basically the catalog of what upcoming comic books are. Upcoming comics, upcoming toys, stuff that are going to be sold by Diamond, because Diamond is the company that sells these things, wholesales it to the comic book company, the comic book retailers, and then they sell it on to us. But what this does, it allows us to see what's happening. By the way, Previews is like a pretty big company, and so they also, not pretty big company, pretty big book as you can see, and they also have inserts specifically from Marvel and from DC. Of course, they're doing their own thing so they could sell whatever comics that they are trying to get out. So we'll talk about that in a second. But these usually come out for, and I think I've spoken about it before, this is March 20, 2020. It tells you on the spine right here, March 2020, and it should be coming out May 20th. So whatever you buy in terms of comics, that's when it's going to show up. But like I said, for toys and stuff, sometimes it's a much longer lead time. And it's pretty interesting. So the reason I bring this up is because it gives us an idea of what's happening in the comic book industry, where the Marvel and DC are leaning towards. You know, sometimes the things they put in this doesn't show up. Doesn't show up for a long time. Every once in a while it get canceled. So that does happen. But it gives us an idea of what the comic book companies want to do. Now the big two, as I said, Marvel and DC, they basically also tell us what they're planning to do here. This is DC's, their big event that they're going to be having. It's going to be Dark Knight's Death Metal. Yeah. So you know Dark Knight was a big, Dark Knight, metal was a huge thing for them. So now they're continuing along the lines of this. And it is pretty interesting. I mean, lately I've been doing a lot of DC stuff, so it's pretty interesting from what I can say. So it says Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo take the stage for the Dark Knight's Death Metal. So, and it's just basically a couple of, shots of it. They give you an explanation of what the story's about. They're trying to sell this to the retailers and tell them some of the things that are going on. Here you have Generation 1. This is part of all DC's 5G program where they tell you to, they set up a whole timeline of when the comic started. So 5G, 5 generations, I guess that's what it's going for. And just coming through, you have Batman, Superman 10. This is what that's what the cover is going to look like. Looks pretty good. You have Catwoman as always, Catwoman 23. Tells you who the writer and artist are, so you know that if somebody's leaving the book, you can say, man, this dude is going. If that's somebody that you supported, somebody that you liked a lot of. There's a Joker War. It's a tie-in, Again, really, these are gigantic advertisements the companies put in, because it takes several months for them to get these comic books out. Lead time from writing, editing, proofing, getting the art together. It's a lot of time. And so they want to make sure that when they put it in these trades, these books, that they're able to sell. By the way, Previews is $5, but these tend to be free. No, the Previews is not $5. I think Previews is $4, I believe. But these tend to be free. But guess what? Previews is online. You don't have to spend that doggone dime if you don't want to. The whole point, like I said, these guys just want to sell. They want to make some money, and they're trying to do as best as they can. So just getting back to this here again, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Superman 23, Teen Titans 42, Wonder Woman 757. Whether they're in 758, there seems to be some type of crossover story going on here. Wonder Woman and Donna Troy versus the 4 Horsewomen. Not even the 4 Horsemen, the 4 Horsewomen. So be it. Guest starring the Phantom Stranger. This is where you have Hill House. DC has this whole black label thing going on. So, and, Dark and Hope. Let me see any that gets me plunge. So, what this is like the Marvel's or Vertigo, Elsewhere titles. For those of you who know, these were titles that were on better paper. They cost a bit more. And DC is definitely doubling down on this. They're giving these guys access. Someone who has a story, an interesting story to tell, this is what they're pushing. Of course, the average viewer is not going to buy that because it tends to be a bit more, but hey, it is what it is. But not all of them are more expensive. Like Sandman is only $3.99, the standard cost of a comic, and Last God is like $4.99. So those are the retail prices. Nationally, the retailers get it a lot less than that. They also tell us about, trade paperbacks that they're having out and some of the other stories that they're putting in specials. Like they have Justice League of America, the Silver Age Omnibus 1. That's $99, bro. $99. That's this one right here. So if you're collecting it, maybe something for you to look into. So it's, like I said, it's pretty cool to come after. Here you have some other things like, the Red Hood Outlaw, Volume 3, trade paperback, Plastic Man, Rubber Banded edition. This is $69.99, I believe it is. And of course, fans of people who are watching DC Flash may be interested in CW's Flash may be interested in learning more about the Plastic Man. So I mean, it's good. It's and it helps to round out the character and understanding who they are, and especially when they start talking about reviews. What are they talking about? And you can see where some of this is coming from too. So that's DC, for example, what they're having. Oh, another thing too, they do. Let me just show you real quickly. They have some of the toys that are going to be coming up. You have Poison Ivy, always a fan favorite. Tells you hello. Of course, you have Superman, Harley Quinn, classic Harley Quinn. You got Supergirl. And it's coming out from different manufacturers, not always the same people. We all know about our friend Todd McFarlane. Look at that. You have Vampire Batman, classic if you can see that. So yeah, it's good to know, Batman Who Laughs. If you're into these type of things, get them. But also you have T-shirts, Of course, this is in May. These things are dropping. And of course, what's happening in May? Wonder Woman! So if you're interested, go grab it. Now, here, I haven't even hit the previews. I'm just getting the side action here. Just talking about the two big guys who basically make up the majority of the market. We have the big Empire drop that Marvel is doing. A whole new story. Still haven't understood what's going on, but this is Empire. They're dropping Avengers, Fantastic Four, Empire. And so you have Black Panther, you have the Skrull, you have the Thing. It looks like Nova, but I can't say for sure, And, Marvel is just bigger than DC. If you could just feel the difference. This is just heavier, bro. Just heavier. Same size paper and everything, but just heavier. More pages, more stuff going on. No, look at the back of this. Captain Marvel. She's part of the whole Empire thing, too, so that's cool, too. And we see it's Kelly Thomas, Corey Smith. Maybe they're the ones doing it. So let's go into it real quick. Just giving you a preview of Empires. Interesting. So here is pretty interesting. So you have, let's take a look at the page, Let's continue onward here. So a brief interview. So I assume this is also on the comic. So if you're looking for this, you can also, I assume that Previews also has this on the website. So when you're looking at it, it's there. They also have something called Alien Planets versus Mutant Zombies. Oh, House of X. There's so much that I have to call. I thought initially it was going to be pretty good, but, it is turning out to be something far different from what I expected. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just not necessarily my cup of tea currently. Empire, of course, who do they have? They have Conan. Marvel's featuring him in everything now, basically. He's in all the IPs. He's in 2099. He's now Serpent War. He's in Conan. He's in the Avengers. Yo, dude, I don't know. They want to make sure Conan stays with Marvel forever. They don't want to change anything else. And it's just all over the place. They're stored. Mark Waid, Dio Nieves, Saladin Ahmed, love the name. Jim Zub, Carlos Mango, Ed Bryson, Jeff DiPaolo, like that too. Alex, it's just all over. Lords of Empire, Celestial. So you just have to just flip through and see what you want. Of course, you see Spider-Man all covered up. Not sure. It looks as though there's going to be some interesting things, but these huge tie-ins, basically it's just, I'm going to tell you what it is, like huge grabs for cash. And if the stories are compelling and interesting, let's go for it. But if they're not, it also goes over into Ghost Rider and to X-Men, as you can see that. So it's going to be a big, big thing. You're going to have to get all the comics, or they're going to have to be different lines of it. This is a hot-looking, what can I say? The hot-looking Captain Marvel covers and stuff. I wonder which one's going to be the hottest one. This is 18 and 19. So let's go. Oh, Juggernaut. Oh my goodness. Juggernaut seems to be getting his own comic. Juggernaut. Does that not look off the chain? Check it out, bro. Check it out. 1 of 5 Juggernauts. And if they're doing it in black and white, that's hot too. So that's a whole new take there. That's Professor Xavier's Broham. X-Men. So, it's some pretty interesting stuff here. At least you know what you have, what you want. Here goes this young version of Cable. What can you do? Hey, you got to get new viewers, new subscribers, new owners. I totally understand it, but if the story is good, I'll be there. If the story is not, why not? Taskmaster, look at this, Taskmaster. Why am I bringing up Taskmaster, my friend? This is him right here, Taskmaster, because He's, he's suspected to be the main villain or one of the villains of the new Black Widow movie. And Taskmaster's power is able to mimic anybody's abilities, so it's pretty cool. What else do we have going on here? So I'm gonna just jump around. Get Out. Outlawed. There's a whole new thing, Outlawed, with a whole bunch of, most likely the new young people. New Warriors. Outlawed. But here it is. Power Pack. Oh my goodness. I have not seen Power Pack in like forever. Power Pack. A family of superpowered individuals. That's cool. I like the way they're drawn. Probably take a look into that. Strange Academy. So it's, good. They're doing stuff. Oh, of course, they're continuing the whole zombie fight. That was pretty big. DC did the whole Deceased thing going on there. I think I did a review of one of the comics. I'll have to double check again. I'm not 100% sure, but it's wild. Werewolf. They're trying to get into the werewolf IP. And of course, Punisher and who's that? Barracuda. With a gold tooth on him. Interesting. So yeah, it's this is a very informative thing. I think if you have a chance, try and get it. Savage Avengers, I'm showing this stuff. The art looks pretty good. It's just a lot. Marvel has a lot. Of course, they're pushing another part of that whole Conan-related IP. They have Dark Agnes. They're definitely pushing that. Check into the story. Didn't get into it that well, but hey, that's me, not you. Of course, the Star Wars thing is huge. We'll all see. Sometimes some of these Star Wars stories are even better than what I see in the movies. They're more in-depth. It's more rounded out. My thought. But look at the toys, bro. Look at the collectibles. Who the heck is this right here? Who the heck is this? I'm losing the wrong hand. This dude right here, Mysterio, looks hot. And the Hulk, oh boy, what a look on him, man. That is off the chain. Rocket Raccoon. They also have special sales, arts of the art of Wolverine. This is from the Marvel art of Adam Kubert, hardcover. Looks nice, but it's gonna run you what, $59? Yeah, it's gonna run you. You got the Defenders comics. Once again, another Infinity War. My gosh, they must have flooded the market. $125. Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus hardcover Perez cover, or Perez, down here, right here. I don't know how many more times they're gonna do this. They gotta cool out with that. But hey, what are you gonna do? They also have the X-Men and the Phoenix Must Die, another classic. They've done movies on those two things already. So what are you going to do? You need to start pushing off something else. Here goes another one. Thanos, the Infinity Saga Omnibus hardcover Star-Lord cover. I guess what they're trying to do. They're trying to cash in on it. It came out last year. People are going to be talking about it. So there it is right here. Love that cover. It's off the chain. There's this young lady who does covers of Thanos on Instagram, and it is really off the chain, man. I think I put it up on one of my Instagram several, probably last year, the year before, but it was pretty good. Morbius. I'm not grabbing all these comics naturally. I'm not buying all the stuff, but I just wanted to show you what's out there. And of course, you want to understand what's going on with Black Widow. Black Widow backlist. Perfect time. Was dropping May 20th. The movie's coming out then around that time period. You want to know more about Black Widow? There it is. You have everything there. The complete Black Widow collection. Do you even see this one on this side? Backlist gives you an idea of what the movie's going to be about. The collection. Natasha. So yeah, that's a good idea to do. I've read a couple of Black Widow comics and I've collected several of them. And they're pretty cool. I like her style. And the Cosmic Ghost Rider is like, wow. What the hell? Who would have expected? People seem to like it. Go figure. Just change it up. But hey, sometimes what you gotta do, you gotta change things up. They're making a paper trade back. I like the Punisher trade paperback. I like the Punisher Soviet. It's been a pretty interesting story so far. I'll probably give a review of that, when I get a chance. And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse poster book. So yeah, that's just some of the stuff there. We're done. But one of the big pluses of previews that I want to borrow you is the indies, some of the smallers, the Image, the Dark Horse, the that you don't see, who don't have a chance. And this is the reason you want them to take a look into this. And there's comics, there's mangas, there's everything here. What I was showing you before was just a big one. So I'll just try to get through some of the smaller ones, some of the ones that you should just, when you have a chance to do. Also, another thing too, Preview gives you some gems, things that they think you should look at, things that they think have a lot of buzz, and probably should do. Read up, see what's going on, some of the things that may be interesting to you. So, they have the Previews buzz. you know, follow through. They have a couple of different sections, so it's not just a straight catalog. It's them trying to explain to you some of the things that are going on. And it's also with smaller comics, not just with the big ones. So, you know, they're calling out Shadow Man stands against the darkness in Valiant's new series. Craig Russell returns to the Norse gods in Dark Horse Comics, Norse mythology. If you're into those type of things, go for it, bro. There's a little bit of everything for everybody nowadays. And they tell you the spotlights. What's the spotlight, you know? Bookshelf. Free comics. There's free comic days coming up around that time too. So they're telling us all the free comics. So you can prepare yourself to get these. I mean, free comic book days a day that they're trying to get new people in to try out new comics. But also, you know, collectors who are interested in getting some of these free comics should get out there and take a look. You know, some of these comics you don't know what's coming up. The covers are dark now, but they're coming out. Everybody basically is going to know what's what and what they're going to be looking for. Get out there early. You know, so if you can, get out there early. So what are the gems that they're saying for the month? They're saying My Little Pony Transformer miniseries. I don't know how you combine the two, but, you know, that's a wild one there. A Thief Among Trees, An Ember in the Ashes, OGN, Batman Adventures Continues, Dark Knight's Death Metal. So, I mean, they try to, I guess, pass it around. They give you, here's a little snippet of something called Pulp OGN. They give you a little snippet, you know, of the story, an explanation, you know, so you know what's going on. So it's, I think the writer, artist, Ed Burbank and Sean Phillips. So, you know, like I said, these are ads. Goddamn, The Virgin Brides. Again, here's another one too. Gives you a cutoff. So I'm let me pass through some of these now to the retailers, Bad Boy. So they give you a good, I wouldn't say good in-depth, but I mean a good idea of what some of these comics are going to turn out, what the images are and stuff like that. And of course, most likely, I think a lot of them, the retailers have to pay for them. So, you know, they do take a look at it, they go through them, and then the retailers that they like, they can, you know, I guess pay more. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, for everything. From Valiant, DC, smaller things. This, if you want to do, this is the thing that you got to get into. So remember we're talking about the North stuff. There's the page that is more in depth with it, you know, talks more about it. You see more of the art and stuff. And again, I think a lot of this stuff is also on the web, so you could take a look at it. So they also have, it's also broken up into like different sections. So you have like Dark Horse has its own section once you get out of the highlighted comics. So if you're looking for Hellsing Rising, it's there if you can see that. You know, Dark Horse has their own stuff. They also have some of their own toys that are coming out, so you can see some of this here. You know, and let's see, IDW, their big Mutant Ninja stuff. So you have their stuff, 106, 25. So if you're into tech, they have two different comics that are coming out, geared differently for different people. So, you know, try it out. What else? I don't want to miss anybody. So you have Dynamite also has their own stuff coming out. You know, that's more Betty Veronica, Red Sonja. You know, what is catching my eye? I'm more a Dark Horse guy, Image guy. You know, but there's some interesting stuff. The Mighty Morphin Majors. If you're a huge Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, look at those covers, man. You know, these are hot. Take a look at it. That's from Boom. You know, that's the publisher. It's nice. Take a look at that. The story may be it. They also have Hellmouth, looks like Buffy the Vampire Killer, Spike. I mean, there's a market for a lot of this stuff, and people sell these comics, and they get the trade paperbacks. So just coming through. So let's get to the back of it. Let's go to the toy chest. You know, what type of toys are coming out. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. It's from Valiant. There's stuff, Exo Man of War, you know, Shadow Man. So I'm going to blow through everything like that. They have their vaults. And let's go sample pages. So here are some of the toys you go. So DC has its own page. Once again, like I said, stuff that's coming out, you know, all this is DC IP that they want to hold on to, that they're selling out there. And I'm going on a little longer, I know. Funko, if you're a Funko guy, this is where you're going to find out what Funko is going to be dropping. This is where you're going to find out. I guess also on their website you can see what's going on too. But, you know, again, everything's here. All kinds of stuff. And Funko's very collectible. People, I know a lot of people have, oh my gosh, man, this silver, what is that? Silver Venom-like character? I'm not even sure who that is. You know, it is the Venom family. It is crazy. It's just really off the chain. Iron Robot, the Iron Giant. They have something coming out for that too. Cool. You know. They also have, what do you call that? Costumes, it looks like. So, Never seen that. No, I misspoke. Star Trek fans, look at that. Look at that, Star Trek fans. Tell me you don't have what you want. So this book is just full of everything. October 2020 highlights. Look at that Catwoman. What do you say? If you're a Catwoman fan, if you like the collectibles, but let me tell you right now, this is not going to be cheap. This is $155. Art Gem. Art Gem does some classic stuff. And, we are definitely doing that. I think these are Todd McFarlane toys. I'm not 100%. Yeah, McFarlane toys. Here's McFarlane toys. There it is, off the chain. Batman and Joker, And, of course, T-shirts. Tons of T-shirts. John Wick from the movie, who they have. You got Common. Mortal Kombat, Common, taking a run. Mortal Kombat Legends. So yeah, sorry to belabor point, but it's a very interesting thing. Good idea to know if you're a true comic book fan, what's going on. For those of you who want to know what's going on in the future, you're planning an event, you get to see what's happening. Movies and TV shows. Great thing to have as a guide as to what's happening. So hey, Spin Rack, I tell you, grab them whenever you can. Or like I said before, it's on the web for free under Previews World, and enjoy. Listen, thank you very much for listening to me banter about this stuff. Spin a Rack. Have a good one. Out.